Hi, this is Mo Volans, and in this short series of video sessions, I'm going to be taking a look at the amazing Maag MAGNUM-K compressor. This single rack unit isn't just a compressor, it packs a number of different innovative features and actually several different processors, and we'll be taking a look at all of this across different scenarios with different kinds of audio. In this session, I'm going to be taking a look at a rock drum bus and how we can use all aspects of the MAGNUM-K to both lift and enhance the part. Now, before we start, I wanted to let you know to keep an eye on the units at the bottom of the screen here. Now, these will update in real time, giving you an overview of the settings I'm using at any given time. Moving over to the hardware now, let's take a look at what we can do with the MAGNUM-Ks and this drum part. So far I've got the MAGNUM-Ks inserted as a stereo pair again onto the drum bus itself. There's nothing else on the drum bus, so let's take a listen to them in this current state. Now, they sound really good, so it's a nice starting point and we can only really get better from here. You can see that we've got a signal coming into the MAGNUM-Ks right now, but they're disengaged. In its current state, I've got everything turned off, the EQs are turned off, and the thresholds and ratios are turned right down, and the MAGNUM-K compressors are switched off. So if I engage, we're not really going to hear any difference. Let's take a listen. And everything's set to 0, we're getting no peaking, so the soft limiter circuit isn't even kicking in. So this is a really nice starting point and what I would consider to be the default or initialized state of the MAGNUM-Ks. Now I'm going to start introducing some compression here. I'm going to start by increasing the ratio a little, just so we're ready, and then I'm going to increase the threshold. Now you're going to start to see some gain reduction here on the blue lights, and you'll notice that I've got the thresholds turned all the way to the top. And although this is fine, I really want to have a little bit more scope and a little bit more control, so I'm going to back up the thresholds until we don't see any gain reduction, and I'm going to push more gain into the compressors. Now we're going to see gain reduction much earlier. Now, one problem that we've got is that we're getting a lot of gain reduction and it's really being triggered by the low frequencies in the drum part. So let's go ahead and put the sidechain in at about 80 Hertz and then increase again. Now the gain reduction is being triggered by like the snare and some of the percussion and some of the overheads. Can increase the compression range to get a little bit more of an intense effect, and I also want to reduce the release so it recovers a little quicker. Now I'm going to bypass the units here. Of course we're going to get a difference in volume because I've increased the gain going into the unit, but I'll try and volume match this as best I can. Now if we want to reduce some harshness up in that snare and the high mids, we can do that with the K-comp. To compensate for this, we can move across to the EQ. And this is really separate, of course, from the Magnum compressors. It's parallel, in fact. We can engage the airband, and I'm going to leave it at 15K, and I'm going to put about 4 or 5 dB in here. Let's take a listen to that punched out. So we've got some really nice processing on our drum bus here with relatively few changes. And of course, remember, you could mix this in parallel in your DAW, or you could bounce it down and mix it with the original drum signal to get some parallel compression. Hopefully this has given you a little insight into some of the things you can do with your drum group and the Maag MAGNUM-K compressor. So as you can see, the MAGNUM-K is an incredibly flexible processor that goes far beyond the capabilities of a traditional compressor. I hope you've been enjoying these sessions and that they've given you some insight into what this incredible processor is capable of. And remember, if you want to check out more products from Maag, you can go straight to their website here. And of course, if you're a fan of the famous Airband in the EQ2 and EQ4, you can get both of these products as plugins from the Plugin Alliance website. If you found this useful, remember to check out the videos in the rest of this series, and I'll see you next time.